Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how different apps look on the smaller 11-inch Samsung Tab S7 versus the larger 12.4-inch Samsung Tab S7 Plus. So the resolution on the smaller tablet, it's 1600 by 2560, pixel density 274 ppi. Resolution on the larger tablet 1752 by 2800, pixel density 266 ppi. So in terms of resolution, from what I can see, they both are very sharp, very detailed. All the icons here in this app, Samsung Notes, all the icons are there. So even though there is this difference in resolution, the user interface, it looks kind of similar. The only visible difference to me right now is actually the physical size, so 12.4 versus 11-inch. Let's take a look at some web pages. So this is a news website and the layout is very similar. The number of stories I can see, the columns, they are very similar. Even the amount of text in the headline, the number of words, they are very similar as well. And the flow of the words, you can see here, the flow, the sentence, the structure of how the sentences flow, exactly the same. The only difference I can spot is actually on the larger tablet, there is a bit more space, breathing space or white space on the left and on the right side, but here you can see there's no space. So this layout is a bit more tight. This is a bit more spacious. Let's take a look at one of the stories. Now the size of the photos are pretty similar as well. Let me just overlay this on top. Yep. The size of the photos almost identical, at least for this particular website. Again, I can see the amount of text identical, how the paragraphs, how the text flow identical. So everything is identical except on the larger tablet there is more space on the left and on the right side. Okay, let's check out another website. Layout identical again. Let's go into the story. Okay, here I can see the space here is the same, but the pictures here, they are bigger. Yep, the pictures here are, the visuals here are definitely bigger. So how big the pictures are will depend on how the website is formatting the page. And the way the sentences flow, a bit different as well, because now there is more space for the sentence to flow. Let's go back here and turn this into landscape format to let you see how much of the page is cropped off. Okay, let me just squeeze. Okay, so here you can see a bit more of the picture. You can see a bit more of the picture even though there's just the sky there. You can see a bit more of the roof here, but the crop off is not that significant. Maybe let's go back to the home page for this. Alright, here we can see a bit more text, so you can see the subheading here, a bit more text. Here it's cropped off. Yep, you can definitely see a bit more space here because there is more resolution on the larger tablet. Let's check out Facebook desktop site. Again, you can see a bit more vertical space here. And for YouTube website, same number of icons, 4x2, 4x2. The Facebook Android app, it's not optimized for tablets, so you can see the poor use of space, large columns on the left and right side. But other than that, the app looks identical. So when it comes to Facebook, I prefer using the web version of Facebook where you can see more information, more content. And here the layout, exactly the same, except here again, there is more space on the left and right side. This is how the Instagram Android app looks, identical. So on Twitter, again, there really isn't any difference. Let me switch to the side. Yep, Twitter is not optimized. The Twitter app is not optimized. So when it comes to using Twitter, I prefer to use the web app as well. This is the YouTube app. So the player here is slightly larger. You can see the layout here the same, except here you get a bit more vertical space to show more thumbnails. But other than that, very similar. Let's turn this on the side and see what happens. Yep, almost identical. So both tablets, they can play 1440p YouTube videos without any issues. This is a drawing app called Medibank Paint Pro. So on both tablets, you get a good amount of space to draw on. The canvas space is very comfortable to draw on. So let me just turn on the palette. So we have the palette on the left side and we still have space to draw. Let me show you one more palette. So this is where on the larger tablet you get a bit more canvas space after filling up the sides with the palettes. Now both tablets use 16:9 aspect ratio display. So if you are using the tablets vertically like this, for drawing, especially when you have apps that have very large user interface elements like huge palettes on the side, this vertical space, it's a bit awkward to draw with. So it's best to use these two tablets in landscape orientation when you're drawing. Oh yeah, let me show you multitasking. So when both tablets are in portrait orientation, the layout for the apps, at least for these 2 or 4 web pages, they look very similar. So let me just turn this tablet 90 degrees. So the layout very similar, and with a 16:9 aspect ratio, when you have split screen mode, it works quite nicely. Alright, keyboard. So the layout for the on-screen keyboard on the smaller tablet, it's exactly the same as what you see on the larger tablet, just that it's a bit more compact. By the way, the two keyboards, they take up about half the size of the display, but you can actually resize this. This keyboard is the default Samsung keyboard. And when it comes to the typing experience, they are pretty similar, just that on the larger tablet, because the buttons are bigger, they are a bit more comfortable to type on, especially when the keys are spaced out a bit more. Alright, to conclude, so the larger tablet has more resolution, but it's not like significantly more resolution. So most of the apps, they look very similar on both tablets, just that on the larger tablet you get to see a bit more content because of the extra resolution. So if you are thinking of buying the larger tablet for the extra resolution, I don't think the extra resolution is the selling point for the larger tablet. It's actually the larger display that's the selling point. The AMOLED display can give you more vibrant colors, better contrast, and higher brightness, but this smaller tablet is significantly more portable. Even though the size difference is not like that significant, but this is more compact and more portable. Anyway, I have a lot of other videos made for these tablets. Just check out the links in the video description below. Thanks for watching. I hope this video is helpful. See you guys again. Bye.